So hey there business owners, welcome to AutoAppy. Today we're going to cover a very interesting automation which is based on Monday.com and Google Contacts. As you can see that here we have total 4-step automation. So to understand this, let's consider a real time of example. Let's consider a real time example. Consider that you have a board maintained in Monday.com where you have stored all your contacts, and parallelly you want those contacts to also be created in Google Contacts without a single effort. So if you had to do this without any automation, how would this happen? It would be very difficult, right, to jot down each and every contact from Monday.com and enter it one by one to Google Contacts and then create the contacts. But what if you have more than 100 contacts inside the Monday.com board? So that would be very difficult and chaotic. So to resolve this particular issue, we have AutoAppy, which is a no-code platform which can be used to automate such kind of tasks very efficiently. So let's deep dive into today's automation, that is Monday.com to Google Sheets, where you can add new leads automatically and create new contacts automatically into Google Contacts. But before this, let's understand a bit brief about AutoAppy. So for that, we need to go to its landing page, that is by clicking home. So this is the landing page of AutoAppy where we have different nav options like home, apps, learn, automations, pricing and workflows. So as we scroll down, we head over to the next section, that is the connect your apps, where we have n number of applications available which are integrated to AutoAppy, and you can use the same for your automations. So as we scroll down, we can see the other section, that is the setup your automations. So basically this is a template section which we have created for you so that you understand how automations are made and how they can work for your businesses. So if you're a new user, you can always go to view details and learn how a particular workflow works and how the automation suits your businesses if you simply go for try it. So now as we go down, we have a pricing plans, that is the first plan is starter plan, then the essential plan, and then the professional plan. So in the starter plan, you can see that for absolutely 0 rupees per month, we offer you 3,000 tasks every month with unlimited workflows, unlimited team members, and whatnot. So what are you waiting for? Just simply sign up for free. And now let's move forward to our today's workflow. But before going to workflow, make sure that you have an account with AutoAppy and that you have connected your Google credentials to the same so that you can seamlessly access your automations. So now let's go to workflow. So this will open up this particular dashboard where you can manage and monitor your workflows. So here the option which you need now is add workflow. So let's go for add workflow. And here let's give it a name. Auto Google contact creation using monday.com. So this is the automation we are going to cover for today. So just hit save. So this will open up a trigger application interface for you, which will prompt us to select a trigger application. So basically a trigger application or a trigger node is just like a starting point to any of the automations you will be creating in future. So it's just like a backbone to your entire automations. So in our case, our trigger node will be monday.com, where we have to get a new item in board. So let's go for monday.com. Here, select it. And from the triggers, we will have to select an item, that is new item in board. From the triggers, we have to select new item in board. Just say add first app. So this has added it to our AutoAppy canvas. Till now, I hope it's all clear. Easy, right? So now, let's go forward and set this node up. So for this, we have to go to the hamburger menu. Just simply click it and this will open up the setup window for this. So here you can see that you have a webhook URL available. So just simply copy it, And as you go down, you can see that there are setup instructions available. So here it says that in the first step, log into your Monday.com account. But since I already have one, I will be skipping the steps and we can start from the second step, which says setting up the integrations and webhook for the application while adding new integration. So let's do this. For this, make sure that you have an account in Monday.com. So this is what I have created. So this is my board in the account which I will be using in order to create today's automation. So here you can see that there are different columns such as the person name, first name, last name, phone number, email, company. So I wish that all these details should be captured by Monday.com, and similarly a contact should be created into Google Contacts. So you can see my screen. So this is the Google contact list. So I want that the details, the contact which I create from Monday.com should appear over here. So now let's see how this works. For that, let's go back to AutoAppy. So here, let's say start capturing sample data. So click it, and while the data is captured, we will just copy the webhook URL here and go to new leads board, and let's go to new leads board, and here we will find an option that is integrate. So here we will have to search webhook. Tap on webhook, and here you'll find a number of templates available. So here you will have to select the template, that is when an item is created, send a webhook. So similarly to our workflow, that is when a contact is created, just add it to Google. So use this template. And if you have any previous connections, just delete. And whatever we had copied from AutoAppy, just paste it. That's the webhook URL and say connect. It will prompt us to create an automation. So simply create automation. So we have already created a webhook. So now let's go back to AutoAppy and say check status. So yes, it has returned us the challenge. That is, the webhook has been successfully integrated. Say recapture sample data. So while the data is captured, go back to your money.com and into your board and go and hit new Google contact. So this is the name which I have given. You can give any name over here. So basically whatever name you're going to give in this column will be prefixed with the similar one in this. So suppose if you name it as any other thing as item, so this will be appended with new item in place of Google contact. So now let's go with Google contact. So just select this. Now you can see that the automation has been completed by money.com. So now we will have to assign it a user in the person list, and in the first name we'll enter anything. Just say Swarali in case that's my name, of course. Just say Shirotkar, and here go for a mobile number. So just add a demi one, for instance. And in the email, I'll enter and in the company, I'll say AutoAppy. Now go back to your AutoAppy and say check status. So the data has been captured successfully. So here you can see that the data has been captured. Say new Google contact. But you will notice that the other details like the person name, the contact which we just stored is not available here. So we have to use another monday.com node for this, that is the get an item. Well, we can fetch the data from this previous node and take it further to our final destination, that is the Google contact. But for that, let's close this. And before this, I want to discuss a very important thing about this automation. That is, when you create a new item in board, you already saw that while we create new leads, it abruptly captures a name which is new Google contact. So we do not want this, right? And we want the name with our choice. So what we have to do here is we have to put a delay of few seconds and then go and capture the other details. Because if you go to see that the remaining details have been captured, but if I want to give another name over here, it is not allowing us to do that. So it is just capturing some random name. So for that, we will have to go back to AutoAppy and say the plus icon over here and go to AutoAppy delay. Click delay and say add delay. So in this, say add delay and go to add node. Say yes, add node. Delay unit could be seconds. So roughly how much time will it take to enter up till the last column, that is company details? Approximately 15 seconds. Or 15 seconds is too much, just give 5 seconds. Okay. So submit. So now what it will do is, next time when we set our entire automation, it will wait for 5 seconds until we fill the new name inside the item and capture those details rather than capturing the random data. So now we will test this node first, and this is done. So now we will have to take another node, that is of monday.com itself, and here we will have to go for get an item as our action, so that we get the details from this board to us which were missing, that is the contact number and the person name. So just say add node, yes, add node, and this will have two options, that is existing connection and create new connection. So here, since we are a new user, we will go to create new connection, and here it has given a name of monday.com has 7. For now I'm letting it the same. So it is prompting us to enter our API key. So how do we get this? So it is already given here, but I'll show you how to do this. So for this, we have to go to new leads board in your monday.com, and in your profile section under the administration option, just go to connections, and in this the second drop down option, that is personal API token. So here you can see that you have an API token, right? So just copy. If you do not have any, just click regenerate and you can use this and paste it over here and say save connection. Easy. So now let's say map data, but before this it will be better if we use this particular board ID drop down first, so that we select our board, that is new leads in my case. So you can see that a drop down on top has been activated. So in this new Google contact is the item which we just created over here. If you want to just go back to monday.com and check for yourselves and verify if we have done the same thing. So yes, about Swarali, the new Google contact item has been created. So for this, we will say submit now. Then go to test this node. Hide sample data and show sample data to see the response. So now you can see that in addition to all the other details, we are able to fetch the email ID as well as the person name, which was not possible with only new item in board Monday.com's node. So now let's close this, and now we will have to go to our final destination, that is the final action node of this entire automation, that is Google Contacts. So for that, hit the plus icon there and just simply search Google Contacts. So in this, we will have to say create contact, select it and say add node. So here it will open up the setup for the same, which will again open up and give us few options, that is the so here we have two different options, that is existing connection and create new connection again. So similarly how we created a new connection in Monday.com's get an item, we will have to create the same in Google Contacts. So here just say connect with Google Contacts and then select your account which is associated to AutoAppy. And this will tell us to sign in. So just say continue. So the connection has been successfully created. So this has different set of fields which a Google contact should have. So since we do not need all these contacts at all, we will just fill those which we have filled in our new leads. So if you go back to new leads board, we just have the first name, the last name, the phone number, email, and the company details. So for that, we'll go back to AutoAppy, and in the configuration of Google Contacts, we will fill the given name. So basically, that's the first name. So here, we will get these details from the second node. As I told you, we are fetching all the emails and the person and contact details from the second node of AutoAppy. So here, we will search for the first name. So that was Varali. Just select that, say confirm. And well, yeah, this is the data mapper which I just clicked in order to map the details. So you have to click this and then map the details. So let's do it for the second name as well. But since I have not entered any middle name in new leads, I'll just manually give it. Maybe I'll just say Shastri as my middle name. That's not my real name, but still a dummy one. And family name, that means it's the last name over here. So let's map the last name using the data mapper. So go to category and select money.com here and search for Sirodkar and hit confirm. So these are extra details we don't need, so just ignore them. And now we need to enter and map the email. So just repeat the same process and search for your email ID which you just entered in your monday.com. So you've mapped that. So email type you can enter as maybe work, and the company name was AutoAppy. So just search it. So yeah, you need to select the text option here. Say confirm. And now we also need the phone number. So do the same by clicking this data mapper. Go to your second node from where we want to get our contact details. So this is the contact detail which we are given. Just say confirm and say submit. So data has been saved successfully. So now we will do test this node. So task has been executed successfully. Now do hide sample data and show sample data. So here you can see that we've got the response that one contact with this particular name uh, of object type person has been created in Google Contacts. So since we have Shastri as the middle name, we will just search it using this in our Google Contacts. Since if you go to Google in your new leads board and check, I had initially used the same contact details before somewhere having the same email. So just to differentiate, I added a different middle name. So now let's go to the Google contact and refresh the page, and we will search for Shastri. So here you go. We have automatically created a new contact here. So guys, this is it for today. Hope you enjoyed this automation and that today's video was very interesting and helpful for you. If you're ready to save time, automate your workflows, supercharge your productivity, head over to our website and start automating today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss an automation tip or tutorial. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if there is a workflow in your mind you want us to cover in our next video tutorial. Feel free to comment down and we will be happy to help you. Thanks for watching and I'll see you into the next video. Happy automating.